Hey YouTubers, got my bike number 23 all at one time. Am I bragging or what? A friggin' show off. Anyway, the old cast iron Briggs got a Tecumseh carburetor on it with a spoon to keep my pants leg from getting sucked into the carb. Bicycle exhaust with a neat little pinch device, two 5/16 square nuts welded to it to make a grabber, and a bracket on the back. I'm bracket crazy after seeing all the flaws that people are having with their motors breaking loose and falling off. I'm going bracket city. Put a front brake on it because I may end up putting a clutch brake on down the line, but for now a front brake and a coaster brake is going to have to do. I want to get a picture of this clutch. I ought to be ashamed of myself, but I ain't. I welded I can't tell if I'm getting that or not. I think I am. Welded the center of a pulley, or a pulley with the center cut out, to a number 41 $15 clutch off Amazon. I'm hoping it's going to work good. I'm not 100% sure of my ratio. 10 to 1 would be ideal. 6 to 1's way more like top end, but I do have a few of them like that. If you got a big enough motor and you want to go fast, 6 to 1 works. This is only a 2.5, so I'm hoping it's going to end up about 10 to 1. About like a car in third gear, give or take. A 4-speed car in third gear. I want to be able to go 35 if I can. That would be ideal. Any faster is insane. Maybe a toolbox out of an old flare box. Used to have flares for in behind the seat of my dump truck. Made a mirror clamp out of a conduit clamp, some all thread, and a broken off God knows what kind of mirror that I've had to tap threads up in, but we won't tell it that it's rigged. Got a BMX bike brake lever for a throttle. I think that's going to be okay. And that carb didn't have a choke. I had to drill a hole in the carb, take the arm out of a carb. That's the second bike I've done this on recently. Took the little springy detent deal out of a carb, drilled a hole, drove it in, and you had to be careful down here and not drill all the way through, or you get into the pocket where the diaphragm is. So you can't go too far. All right, I'm gonna hang my phone on my coat. Sometimes it shuts it off. I guess the zipper does it. If it stays working, then I'm gonna turn on my gas. Ain't got no gas in it. I reckon I'll get me some of them biscuits and mustard. You won't talk like that. You get the boy. All right, here we go. It's enough hamming it up. Let's hear it run. That's an old diaphragm carb off of the Tecumseh. We'll leave it on the second click till it warms up a little. Whoa, Dad. Pulled my phone right out the fixture. We'll just have to redo that bad boy. A lot of times diaphragm carbs won't idle down that slow. I'm impressed. Let's see if we're still filming. Yeah, we're cooking. All right. Now I'll walk her out here to the street. I'm real interested in seeing how my ratio is. I got a weird feeling I might be a little bit trail bike-ish instead of top-end-ish, which I can change. I can always cut I can either put a bigger pulley on my clutch if it ain't like I want it, or a smaller pulley back in there on my clothes dryer jack shaft, or not smaller, a bigger one on the drive, which is the clutch, or a bigger one on the drive of the jack shaft, which is the inside, or smaller on the driven, or smaller on the driven to get it up higher. Smaller on the driven, smaller on the wheel will get you a higher ratio, or bigger on the drive, or bigger on the drive will get you a higher ratio. Same end result, different way of going about getting it. All right, let me try this one more time. We go back to choke. I bet I have to give it some gas. That would make sense. A little throttle. Now we're jamming. All right. Let's see, gotta get my specs on. The 2.5 horse David Bradley cultivator motor with a recoil. The only brakes that had, oh shit, it is geared low. Oh well. The only ones that had a recoil was, that I know of, was ones that were made for cultivators. Yeah, it's a little lower than what I thought. It's about like a mini bike would be. A store-bought mini bike. Yeah, that may have to get changed. Oh well, for the Maiden Voyage, this ain't bad. Straight hands and show you this side, but I can't get no gas while I'm doing that. Yeah, for a diaphragm carb, that ain't idling too bad. The instructions said one turn's a good starting point. I got it at 3/4 on the high speed, the one that does the actual pumping, and 1 turn on the low speed. We ain't gonna win no speed contest with this bad boy, but I can pull up some tree stumps for people if they needed it done. Yeehaw! Oh, look at this doggy had some surgery. That gives a whole new meaning to the word conehead. Must have got his balls cut or clipped. You know what I'm doing, their stitches out. There's wide open. This motor ain't ran in a long time, so I probably ought not do too much. I do want it to warm up. I'm gonna ride to Taco Bell and back. By the time I get home after lunch, the oil will be thin enough to change. Because it's been in it for 30 years. Maybe a little longer than that. I was still associating with my brother when I got this motor, so it's probably a little more than 30 years. And it did have the little old tank with the carburetor on top of it, but they got such a tiny intake port, you can't wind them. Come on around, Captain. I won't hurt my feelings. I don't need to be fighting no traffic on my trail bike here. Sure didn't count on that. Well, it shut off. No, it's still filming. It's still filming. Alright. Get my gizmo here. Like I want it. Now we're hot. Walk it up here to the road. Alright, we got 0 traffic. Good time to get back on. Oh yeah, my others won't take off by themselves. This is where a variator would be handy. I have multiple ranges, or infinite range. Yeah. I'll do some things different later. Whoa, Dad, got a fireman coming. Jump up here out the way. Get out the way. How's it going, man? Yeah, I got 23 of them. This is my 23rd. I build them out of junk. This is a Maiden Voyage on this, and I ain't rode it till this morning. See, that's the old spoon. Keeps my legs from getting in the carburetor. That's a motor off of an old cultivator tractor out of the 50s. That was a box that had flares in it and reflectors when I had a dump truck. But got tools in it now. And that, I'm filming as we go. It's my Maiden Voyage. This pulley back here is off the clothes drive. Years ago, clothes drive had a big old pulley in the back of them. I saved every one I find. It's coming along. If you look up John Wade, W-A-D-E, on YouTube, you'll see all my videos. I'm having a ball. Take it easy, brother. Taco Bell, here I come. I'm having too much fun. Notice my handlebars are kind of floating a little bit. That's all right. Ain't no hard thing. Hey, man. Leaning forward, people probably think I'm trying to slice the air, but that's not what I'm doing at all. I'm leaning forward for the benefit of my camera. Yeah, looks like driving a race car with a 488 gear in it. Usually takes me 9 minutes to get to Taco Bell. It might be 11 today. I want to film down here on the water. We got some ducks that live on a pond down here. I want to film them someday, but they got to be out and I got to feel like doing it. Yeehaw! Yeah, my buddy Wayne Brooks, he was cleaning up his dad's old house and he found this diaphragm carburetor in a box of a bunch of stuff. He gave me a box of springs, a box of hose clamps, a box of electric wiring with spade connections on them. All his dad's collection of crap from years, because he knows I'll use them. They won't go to waste. If I can't use them myself, I'll give them to my little buddy that's also building motorbikes. Gotta have junk to work out of. I tell people, I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it until I'm in the throes of doing it. But you do have to have boxes of crap to dig through. Keeps you from running to the hardware store every 5 minutes. And they're not going to have what you want every time anyway. And last but not least, I get a charge out of making it do with what I already got. Beating the system, you might say. Oh, hell yeah, that carb's responsive as all get out. And that sounds like something rubbing. It's not. It's my front pulley. I need some belt salve to put on it. Some of that. They make a waxy stick that you can rub on your fan belt and it'll eliminate that. But since I know what it is, I ain't gonna get all tore up about it. I rolled it in the basement and it was making that noise, so I looked it over real good. It is not the tire rubbing the chain guard or the tire rubbing the fender or something like that. It is strictly the belt and the pulley. What do you say, man? I'm doing good. I'm on my maiden voyage of bike number 23. It's the first time this has been out yet. It's an old cultivator motor off of a David Bradley walk behind. And the pulley back there is off a clothes dryer. I use any kind of junk I can find. They don't have to be right, as long as they'll go. You too. This is our meeting place, ain't it? See you later. These old long stroke motors with the small piston got some down low torque. I like that. But a variator would be nice. Or a 3-speed hub. That might be my next thing. To take a 3-speed hub, not necessarily in the wheel, and get me some reduction. Oh, I told a lie. I do know what that noise is now. It ain't what I thought. It's the kickstand. Well, at least I know what it is. So I bend it out just a little bit. I'll bend the kickstand out some. We'll be all right. So there it is. It'll be on YouTube under John Wade YouTube. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm having a ball.